Welcome to today's live section. Sincerely speaking, I did not plan doing this, but I just want to have this live section with a few people, or let me say many more people that are going to watch this video after now. First and foremost, I want to say a very big thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to introduce yourself, like what's your name and where you're chatting from or where you're watching from. Don't forget to introduce yourself. So, and my name is Rachel Ibuji, and I am the founder of Trailblazers Growth of the channel that is actually shooting this live section today. And today we want to talk about something so intriguing. We want to discuss about um, write an ebook in less than 48 hours. How to write an ebook in 48 hours, and I'm going to show you how this can be possible, how this can really happen. Okay, some of you will be like, it's not possible now. How can somebody write an ebook in 48 hours? It's true. It's true. Some of you are going to be shouting, it's not possible, it's not this, it's not that. But I'm going to show you how it is possible. Remember the thumbnail you are seeing, there is a book attached before my picture. That particular book, I wrote it in less than 48 hours. Yes, in less than 48 hours, it was possible. So today, I want to show you how you are going to make sure that you write your own ebook in less than 48 hours or even 48 hours. So let's dive into the main reason why we are here today. One of the things I wrote down that I really want to talk about is the part of you knowing that you don't just write a book because your mates are writing book. You don't do that. You don't start penning down something and say, my mates are writing books. Let me very also be that I am an author. You don't do like that. The truth is that you might want to do that same thing because your mates are actually doing it and it will just choke you. I know you don't get it. Like it will choke you. You'll be like, oh, are you sure that what I'm doing is the right thing? But more especially, you started writing that book because you wanted to compete or you wanted people to start celebrating you for doing a particular thing. So this is why, first of all, I want to let you know that writing a book or writing anything that you can publish out there is not by competition. It's not by someone saying, this person is doing well, this person is doing this person is doing that. But it's just by writing it with passion. Do you have passion for it? I am a personal development coach, and for years I've been talking about it since 2016, let me say 2018 thereabouts. I've been talking about how to develop yourself, and my words, my language have not changed. I'm not even perturbed on my other friends that are into relationship or they are into female gender teaching and training. I'm not even interested in it because if I enter it, I might collapse. It might choke me. It might choke me and I might not even do it well. So this is why I always tell persons, don't start writing a book because your mates have started writing books. You're going to get tired though. You are going to get tired. So don't start writing a book. Thank you. Say, oh my gosh, what is what a thing of beauty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So don't just start writing a book because your mates are into it. The truth is that your destiny or your calling or the things you are doing differs from what your friends are doing. Maybe your own calling might be in doing audio courses and be pushing it out there for people to listen or having a podcast. Maybe your calling is not even in writing books. Okay, let me start from the part of how I started writing book at first. How I started writing book, that was in 2023 when I did a challenge, a video challenge, a faceless video challenge on personal development, self-development training. And I remember the second week, that was August precisely. This is 2 years of it now. So I remember the second week of that particular month, I had a leading in my spirit to write a book. I doubted it. I said, never, it will not happen. The thing keep coming often and on, it just keep dropping often and on, and something so spectacular happened. I did not tell anybody about it. I just wrote it down in a book. And when I wrote it down in the book, I said, oh, that I'm going to um do it later on. So I wrote it down in a book, and I wrote it down in a book and I left it there. Third week into the challenge, the reading came again. Write this book. When I start writing a book, writing a book. I said I cannot do this. So later on, when the pressure keep coming, not from external sources, I had the leading in my spirit. When the pressure keep coming, um I remember telling myself that I'll wait till like when I get married and I start giving birth, then um yes, when I get married, I start giving birth, and maybe I'll wait for 5 years after marriage before I start writing a book. That was what I said. I will not lie to anybody. That was what I said. So September, it was the ending of August that particular year. I had the leading to drop something on my WhatsApp status, and I did that. All of a sudden, somebody came into my DM. I was like, "Good afternoon, Rachel," and he said the next thing it dropped was, "Have you started writing that book?" I was like, "I don't understand. How did you know? I did not tell anybody I was meant to write a book. So how did you know?" That was actually the stuff I was asking myself. How did this person knew that I am meant to write a book? But after the long conversation I had with that person for a whole 1 week, I wrote my first book, which is currently is published, and the title of the book currently is Own Your Growth. Yes, I remember I wrote my first ebook, Own Your Growth in 5 days. It was not easy because I had to give up sleep. I gave up a lot of things just to make sure that that book was written, just to make sure that the book was out. And the person was like, "You can start from a pamphlet." And to tell you the truth, I did not start from pamphlet. In fact, my books that is less than 17 pages is the book you are seeing on that thumbnail, which is You Are Enough. Is the one that is less than 70 pages. My first book was 99 or 100 pages. My second book was 120 thereabouts. My third book is You Are Enough. So that was how I wrote my first book. In 3 weeks, I wrote my second book. In 4 weeks, I wrote a book that I did not finish then, and I left it. And in the space of 4 months, that was September to December, I wrote five stuff, three books and two checklists. In fact, one of the checklists I wrote, that's self-development checklist. Then now that self-development checklist is now bearing personal development guide. Yes. And is one of my most costliest book. Like it's one of my most costliest books. So I actually wrote those books. I actually wrote them within that space. And the truth is that it has actually not been amazing because you will have to give up a lot to write a book. You will have to leave. You will not have fun for yourself. You don't have time for yourself. You just sit down, you're cracking your brain. Sometimes you'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, and you just want to write the book. You just want to push out the book because the leading in your spirit is much, because the leading in your spirit is much. So that was how I was able to write my first three book and two checklists, and thank God I started. So about this book you are seeing on the screen, that is titled um You Are Enough. I wrote it in less than 48 hours last year, February. Yeah. I know you are shocked. Yes. I wrote it in less than 48 hours. Like, good. I remember I was still a serving copper then, and my flatmate was like, this thing you are doing, if it doesn't kill you, let me know what will cause it. And she was being very serious and caring, seriously, because then I never had time to go out for fun. I never had time to go out to talk with my mates, to mingle with people. I just wanted to stay indoors and do what is in my spirit to do. So, one morning, the day before that morning, I was having this leading that I was going to do something drastic, something that I will have to pause every other thing and do. So I was having the leading. Oh my God, I was having the leading. Oh. And the leading was just there, but I was a little bit skeptical because I don't know, should I or shouldn't I, or should I leave it? So one thing happened, one thing so funny happened that I decided to go for it. So it was around 3 a.m. in the night. I woke up, I started writing the book, and I was asking God, what should I write? One thing about me is that no matter what I say, no matter what I converse with you, you must hear God. Because God is the author and finisher of my life. Because I cannot just start a thing and say, it's God was not involved, or God was involved in everything. So one of the things I did then was the fact that had to the fact that um I had to ensure that I worked on that particular book. So I started writing the book. I was writing it based on my story, based on where what I've been through, based on how I was able to come out from the pains, the parts of me hearing consistently how you are not enough, nothing good can come out of you. So I wanted to write my story in a book and ship it out there for people to read and understand that this book is out of you can come out something so meaningful, something so worthwhile. So I actually wrote the book and I started 3 a.m. That was 3 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I started writing it down to Thursday morning, because Thursday is always our CDS. As a serving corp member in Nigeria, Thursday is our CDS. So I wrote it down to the next day, and my flatmate was like, "You've been typing since we've been working and going for this CDS. Can't you just drop your phone?" I thought that I would drop. I said, something just dropped in my spirit, and I want to write it down. She said, "This thing you are doing will kill you. If it doesn't kill you, let me know what to cost it." And it was terrifying, because even when I went for the CDS, I sat down all through pressing my phone. People thought that this girl is on. People thought that I am not really friendly. People thought that, hey, I like being busy with my phone. I was addicted with my phone, but they never knew I was writing a book. So I started from Hi Chigozirim. Hope I got it. Hi Chidindo, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Chiagozi, yes. Hi Chiagozi, thank you for joining. Can I know where you're watching from? So, as I was saying, they might be that this girl is addicted to her phone. This girl is addicted to her phone. She's this, she's that. She doesn't like talking to people. She doesn't like doing this. She doesn't like doing that. Believe me, these people don't know that I was busy writing a book. And I've been writing that book since 3 a.m. on Wednesday. And this is just 9 a.m. Thursday. I was reading a book and you don't know that I did not need distraction because of I cannot miss the CDS. So I had to go there with my phone and I was pressing my phone. They talked and talked and talked and talked. Hey, I did not even care. After everything, we went home, I continued. So it's approximately 24 hours as at then it started moving down to um the next hour. So it was around evening time that the next day that I finished the book. And by the time I finished the book, I really knew that this is the end of the book. And one of the mistakes a lot of persons make while writing a book is they want to make the book to be full. They want the book to be much. They want to have like 20 chapters, 50 chapters. But they don't know that people are not just in for the 20 chapters. People are not just in for the 50 chapters. People are not just in for the 80 chapters. The thing is that if the first 2, 3, 5 chapters is where your knowledge ends, end that book there. So now I'm going to talk about how to write a book in 48 hours. Like the one you are seeing there, I wrote it in less than 48 hours. Number one, have a title of the book. What's the title of the book all about? What do you want to write about? Have the title and subtitle of a book. All my book have subtitle. Have a title of a book. What's the title? Okay, for example, let me say You Are Enough is the title of the book I want to write. Then what is the subtitle? If you can fish out these two things first, then you are already good to go. By the time you have a title, you now have to sit down, ask yourself, who am I writing these books for? Yes, you ask yourself, who am I writing this book for? That's what you need to ask yourself. Who am I writing this for? Is it for youth? Is it for is it for male gender? Is it for female gender? Is it for old women? Is it for young women? You ask yourself all these questions. Who am I writing this book for? By the time you ask yourself this question, believe me, you have started knowing what to even write in the contents of the book. Some people will tell you, make use of ChatGTP. It is good, it is okay, but tell yourself the truth. Who are you writing this book for? This is actually help you to go a bit far. And then another thing is, after knowing who to write a book for, you write your dedication. See, knowing who you're writing the book for will help you write your dedication. There is always a dedication in every book. You write your dedication. Dedication should not even be more than one page. Self is even just half of it, a little of it of a dedication is okay. By the time you are done, you start writing introduction. For me, I write my introduction when I'm done with the whole book. That's what I do. That's what work for me. It's when I'm done with the whole book, I write my introduction. By the time I'm not done with the whole book, I'm not writing it all. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. That's one. Then the second thing you need to start asking yourself, what will be the contents of this book? What do I want to write in the content of this book? By asking yourself, what is the chapter of this book? Sorry, how many chapter am I writing in this book? Do you understand? Ask yourself, how many chapter are you going to write in this book? How many chapter? You might want to write 3 chapters. The truth is that some people wrote 3 chapters, and the book sold out for them. So some people can write 4 chapters. It will sell out very well for them. So people can write 10 chapters. It will sell out for them. One of my book, the highest chapter of my book is actually how you go is this last book I wrote, personal development guide, is 10 chapters. And beyond skills is 7 chapters, as long as I can remember, 7 chapters. So you ask yourself, how many chapter is this book going to be, and what should be the title of each chapter? By the time you write it down, see, I make use of paper. I'm going to talk about the part of you knowing the kind of how to write a book, either a manual, a manuscript, or an e-manuscript. I'm going to talk about that part. But let me tell you, you need to have a book, a paper that you write all these things down before you can transfer it to anywhere you want to make use of to write your book. So one of the things I did was that I had to use, what are they calling it? I had to write down the titles of my book. I wrote down the titles of my book. When I wrote it down, it actually helped me. Hello, Chibuzo. Hello, Chibuzo. Welcome once again. Welcome once again. Again, Chibuzo, how are you doing? I would love to know how you are doing. Kindly type it on the comment section. I would love to know how you are doing. So let's go. So the thing was that you will write out what you want to see in your book. Write it out, what you want to see in your book. By the time you write out what you want to see in your book, you will find out that um you are actually starting something amazing. Do you get? You find out that actually starting something amazing. By the time you write out the title of the book, the truth is that the more you write out the title of, sorry, the subtitle, chapter, the name of every chapter of a book, you find more inspiration in writing the book. You find more fulfillment. You find more happiness in writing the book. So by the time you write it down, what you want to see in the book, you write it down every chapter. By the time you are done, the next thing you can start writing is the first chapter. So when you write the first chapter, see, let me tell you, for each chapter of a book, there's a point you will get to, and if you might feel that I've lost strength of what to write in this particular chapter. If you say I don't know what to write again, please stop. When you get exhausted, maybe you want to hit the track record of I wrote this book in 48 hours. See, when you get mentally exhausted, go and rest. Take a break. Take a break. The truth is that if you sleep and wake up, you will have more refreshed knowledge, more refreshed thing for you to write in that book. Then take a walk. Drop anything you are using to write that book. Take a walk. Leave that particular place. It can even help to refresh your energy, refresh your mental, the mental stress you are currently having. So take a walk. Take a break. Do you understand? Just leave that particular thing you are doing at that time. And if you're writing a particular chapter, if you know you don't have any other thing to drop in that chapter, please and please and please don't continue. I am telling you the honest truth. Don't continue. Leave it and go. Enter the next chapter. Most times, I may write a few words in a particular chapter at which I am writing a book. When I write a few words there, I'll just leave. Something so intriguing will happen. I'll write that chapter. By the time I'm reading the book, most times I read my book 5 to 6 times before I push it out to the editor. And even when I push it out to the editor, she will send it to me. I'll go through it. If there's any mistake, I'll send it back to her. She will still edit and send it to me. I'll still have to read it again. So for me, when I get tired, I get exhausted in writing a particular chapter of a book, I leave it and move on to the next thing, the next chapter. By the time I move on to the next chapter, the thing I am actually saying is that I will keep writing all those chapters. By the time I'm done, I will now have to wait. By the time I'm reading the book again, I'll find out, this thing is meant to be here, this sentence is meant to be here, this sentence is not good, I'll delete it. You are making a readjustment on it. Even in your introduction, in your dedication, in your table of contents, most times I will change the name of a chapter. So this is one of the things you need to understand. See, let me tell you, avoid getting exhausted. Avoid getting exhausted. If you are exhausted while writing the book, just drop the book and come. Just drop the book, just drop the book, just drop it and go and take some cool thing. And yes, another thing, if you're writing a book, try and eat well. Try and take things that can actually nourish your body, because it's your head that is getting exhausted, it's your body that's getting exhausted, everything is getting exhausted. So you need to take it very well. Then another thing you need to know about, I say, ask yourself, me that want to write this book in less in 48 hours, to am I determined to write this book? Ask yourself, if you are determined, are you determined to write this book? See, I once know of someone that wanted to write a book. She reached out to me. She said, "Hey Rachel, can you help me give me guidelines on how to write a book?" I told her, I don't train people on how to write a book. That was what I told her. I don't train people on how to write a book. The truth is that if you want to write your book, you can actually reach out to people that do that. And I knew what I was avoiding, because there is a part you will get to. If you need motivation to write a book, you will get to a part where you need your own motivation to continue writing that book. And if your own motivation is not there, no matter the motivation other people give you, it will not stand, it will not move a mountain. But your own motivation is what you need when writing a book. So during that period, I remember she came back sometime later, and she was asking me, Rachel, how was it? How were you able to do this? How were you able to do that? In a book, I told her everything. I told her everything. And one day something happened. She came. I think I remember that she stayed for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. She did not come back to tell me anything about the book. I reached out to her. I said, "What happened? How far your book writing? What's happening? Do you need any assistance?" She said, Rachel, I'm tired. I'm this. I don't know what's happening again. I don't even know what to do." That was what she was saying. And to me, I was laughing. I was laughing because I remember telling her that no matter the motivation you get from people, if you don't have your own personal motivation, you are going to break down. And that's the truth. You will break down. So you need to learn how to build your own motivation. You need to learn how to have a motivation of yours. That's one. Then another thing is that be determined. No, don't say you want to write a book and maybe, okay, let me say for example, you are done writing the book, you now go to the editor's table, the editor is calling money for you, and you're like, what? No, this money is much, I can't pay, I can't do this. The truth is that then your book will die either in that paper or in your phone. It's going to die there. Sorry. Your book is going to rot there. So you need to be determined. You need to have the resources to push out whatever you want to write. You need to have the resources. For example, let me use, for example, this live video I'm doing. I'm meant to do this live video next week. But something intriguing happened. I was in a call conversation with a friend of mine, and I started telling him, I cannot do the live video this week because this has happened, that happened, and blah. I was saying a lot of things, and he said to me, he said, "Rachel, you are giving excuses. Better go and do this thing." So to this morning, I just felt like, let me just do this thing. I told myself, it might be this video that will blow me. It might be this video that will announce me out there. Let me just come out and do the video. So that was how I set my camera, do some 1 or 2 makeup, and I'm sitting down here right now doing this live section. So you need your own personal motivation. You need to be determined. If you want to go far, you need to be very, 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 very determined. You need to be very determined. Then another thing is that make sure to have all the resources you need when writing a book. Make sure you have all the resources. There are some persons that start writing a book. One of the resources I am they should even have is motivation, personal motivation. They don't have personal motivation. They don't have anything that is driving them. See, let me tell you, if you are writing a book because your mates are writing book, just have it at the back of your mind that that book will not sell. Even though it sells, that means you've invested a lot of money inside. The people will buy it, they might not even get anything out of it. So don't write a book because your mates are writing a book. It is not good. It is no good. I'll keep saying it. I remember one of the challenges I faced that period, that I was telling myself, no, I will have to stay for like 5 years after giving birth, like two children. I will not start writing my book. And then by then, if I now write one book, people will rush and buy it. But I found out that some people that are even married that started writing books, it took them months, it took them years for them to even made 100 sales, for them to even made 1,000 sales. So I had to, when that person finished telling me that, the person said, start from pamphlet, start pushing it out. I started writing my book. I started writing it. People thought that I was writing it because my mentor started writing. As at then, my mentor just wrote her fourth or fifth book. And people were thinking, she's into a competition writing a book because her mentor also is also writing a book. But that was not my motivation. That was not what was pushing me. One of the things that was pushing me regarding the book I wanted to write was the fact that I had the leading. I know that once I have a leading to do something and I do it, that thing will succeed. So I started writing the book, and although I see beyond people thinking, I was still skeptical about starting to write the book because I thought that people will start telling me, is it because your mentor is writing a book that made you want to write the book? And the truth is that they also said the same thing. The truth is that they also mentioned the same thing. The truth is that they also narrated the same story and the same everything to people. But I never cared about what people were saying, and I kept pushing. So you need to make sure that you are determined to walk through the journey of writing a book before you start. Then the second thing I also want to talk about is the part of you having is a part of you having what should I call it? You should have know the how you want to write the book. Do you want to write it with your phone through Google Doc, through PDF, sorry, through Google Doc, through Microsoft, or through with your laptop, with your phone? Know what you want to write your book with. Know what you really want to write that book with. Don't just appear and say, I want to write a book, and you start writing in paper. If you want to write in paper, also be ready to know that you writing in paper is not bad though. It's not bad, but it's stressful and it can be costly. Sometimes by the time you are done writing the book in paper and you want to start typing it, or you want to give it out for people that will type it for you, it will be so costly. So for me, I will always recommend that you use your phone to write the book. See, the reason why I'm saying you should use your phone or your laptop to write the book is so that you will not start passing through the thoughts of how am I going to type this thing again after writing it in a book. No, just write it with your phone. And I know some of you will be like, I'm going to get distracted with my phone. This one is going to happen, and by the time I'm writing, someone is already doing this, someone is already doing that. Allow them to say, tire. Allow them to say all those things. Just allow them. Just do your thing. Do your thing. Do you understand? Just do your thing. So don't allow people to say, this one is going to say this one, this one is going to say that one. See, just do your thing. Hmm? Just do your thing. So just do your thing. Write your book with a phone and make sure you don't get distracted. Most of the times, when I'm writing my book with a phone, I put my phone on flight mode. I might tell myself, okay, I want to be writing this book for the next um 6 hours, and I'm writing in my phone will be on flight mode for 6 hours. Sometimes I will say, okay, I want to write this book for the next 2 hours, 30 minutes safe. Even 30, if most times we give ourselves longer time. If you know you cannot resist yourself from checking other apps when you are typing with your phone, try and put your phone on flight mode for at least 30 minutes. And for that 30 minutes, concentrate and start writing that book. But if you know you want to write a book in 48 hours, then have it at the back of your mind that you need to off your phone and write it, or you make use of paper, of a book, and write your book. And after writing it here, if you cannot type it, take it to a cyber cafe for them to type for you. Just know that your money will be involved. That's it. Then another thing I also want to talk about is the part of you. Some people say it's good to make use of AI to write your books. It's good. But I feel that as a human being, there are some things in your spirit. There are some things inside of you you know you want to write inside that book. Making use of AI makes you dumb. Mm. It makes you dumb. I will not, like when you want to write a book, I will not say it's not good or it's good, but it makes you feel so dumb. Instead of you to think, instead of you to stretch yourself, you're making use of ChatGPT, you're making use of a lot of things. But try and stretch yourself, try and be stretched, try and go beyond the thoughts you have, try and just go beyond this. So don't just rely or stay on with the fact that hey, you want to do this, you want to do that. Try and stretch yourself. Most of the time, there are people that are so clever. By the time you write that book, finish and publish it, they'll say, ah, this book sounds like AI. I have one of my editor then. She will tell you, you didn't use ChatGPT to write this book. When I said no, she will say, it's a lie. It sounded like, I said, I did not use it. I did not use ChatGPT. I did not use any internet to write this book. And she will say it's a lie. So I'm here to tell you that if you know you want to write a book in the next 48 hours, don't use AI. Don't use anything online. Create your own thing. Create your own marble. Create your own thing. Do you understand? Just create your own thing to actually help you. It will help you. That's it for that one. Then another thing is that you need to be determined. If you are tired of, maybe you have an idea you want to write and you've lost idea, you don't know what else to write, ask question. Ask people question. Don't say I don't want to ask anybody question, or hey, no, be like that, the one that wrote this book for me. You might not just tell them that you're writing a book. You just tell them, ask them some few questions, and when they give you the questions, you tell yourself, you now go redefine it and put it in your book. Ask questions where necessary. Ask questions when necessary. And then you need to understand that when writing a book, you don't have to be writing and deleting. Ah, you need to see, make use of Google Chrome, or make use of, sorry, I said Google Chrome, sorry, make use of WPS to write your book, or make use of Google Drive to write make use of Google Doc to write your book. When you are using Google Doc to write your book, you are actually saving it directly to your email. So no matter if your phone lost or anything happens to your phone, you will still come back and find your manuscript on the phone. I remember one of the current book I'm writing, or relevance, one of the current book I'm writing. I thought I've lost the book since 2 years ago. I thought I've lost it until this year. I found it in my iPad notepad, inside my iPad. I was like, whoa, this thing is here. And I was so grateful to God that I still have this copy. I had to finish it up. You understand? Very soon I'll be publishing it. I had to finish it up. So you need to learn how to write with resources that can preserve or reserve your book for you, so that no matter what, you will not lose it. And then another thing is, while writing an ebook, have it in mind that you are writing to humans. Don't just be rude. There's some people that write ebook go be like, some people are so mad, some people are doing this, they will just be insulting people because of they are writing book, and that's very, very, very bad. I must say this. It's very bad that you insult people, you tell them vulgar words, you tell them things that are not meant to be said, and you think that it is the best thing or the nice thing for you to do. It is not good though. I'm telling you the honest truth. It is not good. So this is why I want to make you understand that you need to, at least or at most, make sure that you are kind with your words when writing a book. Don't be insultive. Don't be insultive. You are writing to humans. People are the one reading the book. Don't be insultive. Don't start saying words that will piss some people off. Don't start saying words that will get them angry. Make sure you write the book that can change people's life, that can change people's destiny. Do you understand? Then another thing you also need to understand is that after writing your book, read it again. There are some ideas that did not drop when you are writing. The ideas might drop when you are proofreading it. Read it on your own again. Read it like 2 to 3 times. You find that, oh, and then if you are writing a book and that book is not blessing you, then I don't know what to really say that you are doing. So if you're writing a book, the book should be able to bless you. That is the author first. There was one of the book I was writing, I think Own Your Growth, when I was writing it. I was when I was reading it, I was crying because it actually touched a part of me that I did not feel like talking. I did not feel like telling people. It touched a part of me. I started crying. I was crying. Yes, I was crying. So I want to let you know that when writing a book, you need to know that that book should bless you. Should bless you first before you push it out to other people. The last book I published, which is Personal Development Guide, when I published that book, I noticed that a lot of people came back. The book is costly. In Nigeria, I sell $4 for people that are not in Nigeria, and in Nigeria, I sell 4,000 naira. And one thing was funny about everything. When I wrote that particular book, I discovered that people came back and was buying it. People will come. I'll just share the testimonials or I'll share the testimonials that they wrote. Those people that bought the book wrote to me, or I will actually share the review. I'll share it. By the time I share it out, someone will come and say, "I need this book. I need this book." I found that it was blessing other people's life. That was why many more were coming to get it. That was why many more was coming to get it. One of the reel I drew up, I talked about someone that's I talked about someone that told me that she has never read an ebook before. In fact, that she found it difficult to read an ebook. I told her, "Oh, yeah, don't worry. The two of us are going to read this book together. By the time we read it, we are going to make sure that we finish it." So the book she wanted to buy was Personal Development Guide. Funny enough, the time she read that book, we did not do the challenge again. Not because of I did not keep to my word. No, I was reaching out to her when the book was out. She was busy to even read the book with me, and I left her. By the time she read that book on her own, she read it in less than 24 hours. She read it and she brought her review back to me, and I was so happy. I bless God. See the way I danced, you see the way I was so happy. I was just so happy that she read that book. So you need to understand that any book you are writing should bless you first before you start changing life. And then by the time you are done writing the book, or you want to push the book out for other people to also write, I want you to know something. You can actually start telling people, "Oh no, when you are done writing the book, when you're giving it to your editor, tell your editor, this is how I want my book to be." Sincerely speaking, I don't like the font of my book to be tiny. If you use a tiny font, it used to do me somewhere in my body. I found it so, I'm like, this book is going to get people tired when reading. And sincerely speaking, I personally does not like a book that is written with a tiny font. You must increase it for me. Tell your editor how they should edit your book for you. When they finish editing the book and they bring it back to you, maybe what they brought back to you, you don't like it. Please and please and please and please, I want to plead with you. Tell them, "I don't like this, I don't like that." But try and listen to them when they are telling you, this is this is actually how the book was, this is how this is. There are places I needed to change. Listen to them. Those changes that they're asking you to do the changes. Just tell them, "I still want it to sound real." There are some editors that will edit books for you, and you'll be like, "Where did it come from?" They will just edit it, and it will be as if it is AI that edits it. So most times I read my book, when it's not sounding like it's what I wrote, I will tell you, "This is not sounding like what a human being writes," and you will have to edit it well for me. So that's it for the first part. The second part is that when they are done editing the book, you need to ask yourself, "Do I want my book to be shared?" Because me, whenever someone purchase my book, and whenever someone purchase my book, what I do is that I actually put a restriction when I was sharing it to their email. Currently, I don't have a hard copy book. All my books are ebooks. So I actually place a restriction that if I send you the book, you will not have the liberty to share it with other people. And yes, tell those people to come and purchase their own copy from me. Do you understand? So that's what I actually do. So then you ask yourself, do I want this book to be shared to other people for free? If you don't want it, place a restriction to it when sending it. When I mean place a restriction, it's not by warning them. Oh. No, there is how I normally do my own. I think through email, through my Google Drive. That's how I normally do it. I will restrict it so that once I send it to you, you don't have the permission to share it with any other person. You can't even download it to your phone. It will be in your email for life. So that's how I am being strict with my brainchild. Then I also want you to know that if you are printing your book hard copy, or if you want to actually push it out there with hard copy and not soft copy, you make sure that you are printing with a good printing press. And we are actually coming to the end of this. Please drop your question. Let your question start coming. If you have any question, drop it. I am here to answer your question. Drop your question. Drop your question. So when you want to print your book, make sure that you um you actually know who to print it for you. And when they print it out for you, it is not giving you what you want. You can still tell them so that changes can be made on it. Do you understand? So that changes can be made on it. Now, this is what I want to let you know, that writing a book is very easy. Writing a book is very sweet. Writing a book is not that stressful. Just that now you know when over focus. Until you focus, you will not be able to write that book. So drop your questions. How do you have drop questions? Any question at all regarding the topic, how to write a book in 48 hours? Drop your questions. I will be here to answer it. Oh, I will be here to answer it. One of my things, I think I keep saying, I don't like hiding things from people, because who will blow will blow. The sky is too large to accommodate every of us. So just drop your questions on how you can write a book. Any question at all, just drop it. I'm here to take your questions. Just drop your questions. Drop your questions. So we've come to the end of this particular live section. We started. Ooh, so we are coming to the end of it. Book writing is very easy. Book writing is very good. But the thing there is that, do you know what you want to write? Don't, like I said earlier on, don't enter into writing a book because of you want to compete with somebody. Competition is the fastest way to kill yourself. Just do your thing. Do your thing. And then don't copy people. I see some people, they will go online because they want to write a book. They will go and download people's book or free ebooks online. They will read it. Maybe that place resonates well with what they want to write. They will not copy it and paste. Don't do that. Don't do that. That means that book is not even your own. It's not your own brainchild. Don't do that. Write your own book from the scratch. Write your own book from the beginning. Doing so is not actually out of place, but make sure you write your own book very well. So I'm still yet to receive an answer. I'm here for you to receive an answer from you, to receive an answer from you. Then, for you to actually get better in your book writing, learn how to read people's book. Don't say, I remember the first time I wrote my first ebook, a lot of persons, ah, the editor complained. I just pitied her. I just pitied her, seriously. I just pitied her. But something funny happened. After the second book I wrote, I started becoming better. I started doing a lot of changes. I started changing a lot of things. So for you to become better in writing your own book, try and read a lot of books. You will see how they did their own placement. You will see how they did their own arrangement. Like me, I had to go back to the books I've read. I had a lot of books. I had to go back to the book I've read. I had to scan through it, know what I'm doing right and now what I'm not doing right. I did not mean I wrote out their own words. No, I just checked their settings, how they align their particular stuff. That was what I checked. So you need to make sure that you need to make sure that you ask yourself the rightful things, the needful things, and other stuffs. Yes, ask yourself all those things, because if you don't do it, oh my god, if you don't do it there, you will find out that they will keep correcting you. Editors, some editors have bad mouths. They will correct you, they will insult you, they will tell you words. So you need to make sure that you um reach out to other people's book and find out what you're not doing well in your book and improve. As you're writing, make sure you improve. As you're writing, make sure you improve and be open for corrections. I remember one of the clash I had with someone who asked me to co-write a book with the person. So she asked me to write regarding personal development, and I wrote regarding the personal development. But something very funny happened. That period I was so busy, I was trying to bet my brand, which is Trailblazers Growth Up, the channel you are actually connected to now. So I was working on writing working on my brand. So I wrote, she told me that I should make sure I don't write anything less than 250 words. I was like, which word am I going to write about personal development that will make more sense in just 250 words? It was challenging, you know. It was challenging. So I ended up writing 350 to 450 words. I sent it to her. She complained it's too much. I reduced it to 280. She said she now sent me a message saying, eh, the book what you just wrote now is not really making sense, and I want um I want people that read my book to actually see sense out of it. I was angry. You are telling me to write something for you, and you're still telling me what I wrote is not making sense to you. It was painful. I was angry, but I never do anything to her. So she now said, "Can I permit her to edit the book?" I said, "No problem. Can I edit the part I wrote?" She wrote that, edited it herself. By the time she brought it back, it was not up to 12 lines, and I was like, "What's this?" I just left it for her. 4 months down the line, she came back complaining of how people that read the book did not give good review of the part I wrote, and this, that. She complained. She even started from the part of, did I even post her book? I thought that, did you even remind me that you are done writing your book? You sent it to me, but you did not remind me. So I came to find out that she actually was looking for glorification. She was looking for people that will celebrate her ignorance, and not people that will actually correct her. And then I also noticed that when she designed her book, she used I think Facebook AI thereabout. That was last year, to do her book cover. And I am a brand. Not everything can flow smoothly in my brand. Not everything can do that. So what I did was that I did not post it. I was telling her I'm waiting for the real book cover to drop for me to push out this particular book on my status. She never replied until she came with annoying words, asking me a lot of things, saying a lot of things that I did that she did not write, and I was so angry. I did not even talk to her. Sincerely speaking, I did not even talk to her. I did not say anything. So what I did was that I left her to herself. But when I tried correcting her on some certain things, the statement she said to me, "How can a personal development coach like you be sounding like this? Eh? Ordinary small book, I asked you to write it, you couldn't write it." That was where I got to understand that there are rules and regulations you need to put, boundaries you need to put. Assuming she changed that her book cover, I would have been able to post it. But because she did not change it, and there are some things that cannot fly on my status, I did not post it. So this is what I want to tell you, that you need to make sure you know that your designer, the person that is designing for you, and make sure that they design something so impactful, something that is so beautiful that people will see and it's catchy. Don't use AI and design your book. Don't do that. Don't use AI and design your book. It's not really cool for you to use AI on your books. It's not nice. So I'm here to tell you that working on your book and doing it the right way is the most important thing you can do. So I think there is no question. There is no question, but I wish there is. I wish there is. All right, we'll be meeting again maybe next week on our live video. And next week I'll be talking about a very intriguing topic. I'll not going to the topic now, but we're going to have another live section next week, and I love you to please attend that next week meeting. Attend that next week live section, and we are going to be talking about something that have to do with personal growth and development. That's where I for sure more on. Once I start talking there, I just continue until the end of the video. So yes, let's meet next week again. Since I did not get any question, you can drop your questions and I'll come back to answer it later. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And let's meet again sometime next time. So it's a wrap. Bye bye.